A plus B plus C. Come here. Add a line break now. Come on. Now I will call the method addnums. Addnums. Guys, see, the addnums is asking to pass 3 values to it now. Yeah. Look at the addnums. It is asking to pass you 3 values. Okay, let's pass. I'm passing 3 numbers. Yeah, you got it. 300 is output. Guys, when you define a method with 3 parameters, when you're calling the method, it is mandatory to pass values to all the 3 parameters now. You don't have a choice to escape. You don't have a choice to escape. Means, can I call a method like this by passing values only to 2 parameters? Tell me, answer me. I can't. I'll get an error. See, there's an error. What is the error? It is telling there is no argument given to the parameter C. There is no argument given to the parameter C. You pass A and B. Where is C? Error coming. So mandatory to pass value for all the 3. You cannot pass less than 3. You cannot pass more than 3 also. Can I pass 4? Error. What is it? It will tell you there is no method that takes 4 arguments. Addnums takes only 3, but you are supplying 4. Now also, it is taking 3, you are supplying 4 is wrong. You are supplying 2 is wrong. Supplying 2 wrong. Supplying 1 wrong. Compulsory unit to supply values for all 3. Okay, now tell me, all 3 are mandatory or not? Louder. All 3 are mandatory. But while defining a method, you have a chance of giving a default value to any one of its parameter. You can give a default value, that is what is equals to default. Once you give a default value, immediately this parameter becomes optional. Immediately this parameter becomes optional. Now I can call this method by passing only 2 values. What sir? A and B. Then what about C? C will use the default value now. C will use the default value. What is the default value? 25. See there, no error. Earlier we saw an error. Now there is no error. Run and see. 225 is the output. Clear? And when you are calling the method also, all of you, observe the intelligence. Abhijit is showing you. A, B mandatory. C is optional. C is optional. It has a value 25. It is telling you, if you don't pass C, I will take 25 as its value now. But see, in the second case, you pass the C value. Or if you pass C value, to take what you pass only now. I pass 100, it will take 100. If I don't pass, then a fault value comes into picture. Is it clearer or not? Okay, what you can do by giving a default value, you can make that parameter as a optional parameter. You can make that as an optional parameter. Now tell me, can I call the method like this by passing only 1 value? No. Why? 2 are mandatory. Don't pass 3rd, I'll accept. But don't pass 2 is not accepted now. 2 is mandatory now. Are you clear? So what I am doing, I am making 2 also as optional. I'm making 2 also as an optional. So your value will be taken for A now, and B and C will use the default value. What is the output now? 175, 100 plus 50 plus 25. It is 175. Are you clear? Now see, you are able to call this method in three varieties now. Passing value only for A. B and C will use the default value. Passing value for A and B. C is using the default value. Can I pass value for A and C so that B should use the default value now? Did you understand the question? Or you are passing value for A and B, C is using default value. Same way, can I pass value for A and C so that B will use the default value? B must use the default value. What is the default value? 50. So the result should be 250 now if I pass value for A and C. How can I do that? Watch. E dot add nums. This value is for A, right? If I put a comma here and pass 100, that value is for B, not for C. Second value is for B, not for C. But what is my requirement? I want this value to be passed for C, not for B. If that is the case, C colon. That's how you can pass. Did you understand or not? How to pass the value? C colon means I'm telling clearly this value is not for B, this value is for C. See now, that's taking the default value, 250. You're able to call the method in 4 different varieties. See now, what is it? Passing value only for A, passing value for A and B, passing value for A and C, passing value for A, B, C. A cannot be skipped now because A is mandatory. A is a mandatory parameter. Yeah, what are optional parameters? B and C are optional parameter. A is not an optional parameter. So can't we make A also as optional? You can. You can make A also as optional. Suppose come here and I'll pass a value 75 now. A is also optional now. If I don't pass any value, what is the output? 150. If you don't pass any value, what is the output? 150. 150 will be the output. If you want to make everything optional, you can make everything also optional. Or you want to make anything particularly optional, you can make that as optional. I don't want to make everything optional here. I want to make only B and C as optional. Okay. A very important rule to remember. What in the list, mandatory parameters should come first and optional parameters should come last. You cannot reverse. What is that? This is not valid, guys. That's not valid. It's an error. Did you understand me? It's an error. Why, sir? Why? C is a mandatory parameter. Mandatory parameters cannot be in the last place now. Mandatory parameters should be in the first place, followed by optional parameters. The reverse will not be possible. Be careful. You cannot define mandatory parameters last. Mandatory parameters should be in the first. Optional parameters should be in the last. Error, see there. There's an error. Really, yeah, open the mouths. Yeah. I'm showing you and you're putting blank faces. What is that? Required parameter. Required parameter is not mandatory. Optional parameter should be in the last. Okay, that's the error. So let me reverse it. Yeah, now it is valid. Why? Mandatory is in the first and optional is in the last. So did you understand each and everything about this one? Ref, in-out parameter, output parameter, params. This gives a flexibility of declaring an array implicitly. Means the arrays are declared implicitly. I don't require to create an array now. Arrays are created implicitly. And a type and parameter name. And just now I explained about default value. By using this, we can make parameter values as optional. And this is n parameters. This is the n parameters what we have. And I given you 3 classes demonstrating all the things. The first class, output parameters. Second class, in-out parameters. Third class, method parameters. In method parameters only, I explained you both the 2 things. What is it? Params also, default values also. I explained both the 2 things in this. Are you clear? See, going forward, any method that is predefined or user-defined, any method that is predefined or user-defined will have only these options what I explained you. There will be nothing out of box. I explained about return types, void, predefined, user-defined, all those things I shown you. Same way, parameters, inputs, outputs, in-outs, params, default values. These are only the options you come across. There is nothing out of box which you will be coming across in the future. Is it clear or not? Any method should fall in only the options what I explained you. There is no chance of getting anything out of this. Clearer or not? So with this here, I completed you explaining about the 2 members in a class. Actually, I listed you 8 members in a class, remember? Fields, methods, constructors, finalizers, properties, indexers, events, delegates. But I explained you till now about 2 members. What are the 2 members? Fields. We discussed about fields in last week only. And in this week, we learned about methods. This is complete information about the methods. Are you clear? We need to talk about the other members here. I'll tell you one by one member for you. What is the use of it? But before that, I put this concept in the middle for you. What is it about instance creation? I showed you how to create an instance, but I did not give any explanation about it. I simply create an instance like this, I said you. Okay. So I skipped off because I'm talking on methods. Anyhow, we completed the methods. Before we go to the third member, let me explain you in detail about instance creation and what happens when you create an instance. Is it clear? To explain this, it takes the default value first. No, it won't take the default value first. It will take the input value first. If input value is not there, then it will go to default value. What is this question is? It will take the default first and afterwards input value. No. If it is the case, it pass 100, 100. If it is taking the default value, the output should be 175 here. What is the output? 300. So first preference is given to default value, given value. Given value. If there is no given value, then it takes the default value. See here, there is no value for B. Then it is using default value. Default values are given least preference, not the highest preference. Highest preference is only for user given value. If user gives a value, that value will be used. If user doesn't give a value, then default value comes into action. Is that point clear, all of you? Okay. Yeah. To make you understand about instance creation here, I'll do one thing. I'm defining a new class here. We'll name the class as first. Let's name this as first. Watch. In this class, I'm declaring one field, public int x is equals to 100. Field here is a field. Now let me write a main method. And in the main method, I want to print the x value. I want to print the x value. Okay. So I'm writing console.writeLine x and console.readLine and try to run the code. I'm getting error. So what is the mistake in it? In the notepad, when we're writing the code, we declared variables, we printed them, but now we're getting error. Now we are getting an error. Why, sir? Why you're getting an error? Because there is no memory allocation for x. There is no memory allocated for x. Did you understand my point or not? But sir, earlier in the notepad, you shown us it worked. Never I shown you. Where you declared, you declared inside the main only. Now you declared everything inside the main only. If you declare inside the main, you already know main doesn't require an instance. Main doesn't require an instance. Yes or not? But if I want to print the x value now, I cannot print this x value because the instance is not created. Means the memory is not allocated for it now. The memory is not allocated for it. If you want the memory to be allocated, first what you require to do is create an instance. Then only it will allocate the memory for you. Are you guys clearer or not? What you require to do first, create an instance. Then only the memory will be allocated for you. If you don't create an instance, there is no memory allocation. Understood or not? So observe it, all of you. What am I doing first? I'm creating an instance. First f is equals to new first. When I create this instance, internally, it will allocate the memory now. What is the name of your instance, guys? F, right? This is what happens internally. This is what happens internally. When the object is created, the memory is allocated for the field inside the object now. Suppose you have 10 fields now. Under the same object, you will allocate the memory for all the 10 fields. You declared A, B, C, D, E, F, until 10 now. Okay, you created object. Now it will allocate the memory for all the 10 fields inside of the object. Where is it? Inside of F. Where is it? Inside of F. So now, if I am planning to print it, I should call it as F.x now. Then only it will work. See? Are you clearer or not? So, sir, without creating an instance, memory is not allocated? No, not allocated. Memory is not allocated. If you want the memory to be allocated, must and should, you need to create an instance first. And that instance creation is what we are doing here. First F is equals to new first. And at this point of time, this is what happens behind the screen. Allocates the memory. Today we have only one field, but what I said is you have 10 fields. It allocates the memory for all the 10 fields. If you have 100 fields, it will allocate the memory for all the 100 fields like this. So until and unless the memory is allocated, you cannot access them. And remember, guys, remember what you have? F is a instance of the class. And I said you already remember, in other languages, we call this as object. So we call it object or instance, both are same. Don't be again asking me, sir, what is an object and instance? Both are one and the same only. Are you clearer? In some languages, we call that as object, and in our language, we call it as instance. So what is F? F is a instance of the class. Can you define what is an instance? Yeah. What is an instance? Correct only. A copy of the class that is created by using new keyword. All of you carefully observe. A copy of the class that is created by using new keyword, and this has memory allocation. So using this, we can call members of a class. Any doubts? That also you're not answering confidently like this, like this, like this. What is that, man? Active, come on. Understood? What is it? How do you create an instance? Using a new keyword. Sir, is it mandatory? Yes. New keyword is mandatory for creating an instance. This is actually responsible for the memory allocation. Without using a new keyword, memory will not be allocated. Are you getting me or not? What is that? New is mandatory for creating an instance, and if a new keyword is not used, memory will not be allocated, and we cannot call that as a instance. So instance creation requires new keyword. Is it clear? Okay, observe it. Watch it. I'm writing the first F. I'm writing first F, and next line I'm writing F is equals to new first. This is also possible, man. I said you already, declaration and initialization, we can break into two parts. Declaration, initialization. So now you declared it here. What you done? Declared it. And now, what is F, sir? F is a variable of the class. All of you carefully listen. F is a variable of the class. It is a variable. So what is variable? A copy of the class that is not initialized. A copy of a class that is not initialized means it doesn't have any memory allocation, so cannot be used for You cannot use it for calling the members, man. You cannot use it for calling the member. There is no memory allocation for it. See, if I say f dot x, it's an error. All of you can observe f dot x is an error. What is the error? Use of unassigned local variable. Understood or not? Use of unassigned local variable. Understand here, unassigned means not initialized. Unassigned means not initialized. So variable, clearly telling you variable, it's an unassigned local variable. So I cannot use it for calling the members now. So if you want to initialize it in the next line, what you should write again? F is equals to new first. Now tell me, it is an instance in the second line or not? So in the first line, it's a variable. Second line, that's what earlier I said you. Declaration and initialization can be done on the same line. And also we can separate the declaration from initialization now. So first line, declaration. Second line, initialization. First line, it is a variable. Second line, it is a instance. See, first time what you read in first f is equals to new first. Correct now? This is what happened. Second time, what did you read? First f is equals to new first. Okay, watch this picture. Did you understand it? First f, it's null here, no memory is allocated, see there. That is why if I say f dot x, error will come now. Nothing is there. What should I call now? X is not there. Second line, what's happening? Memory is allocated. So what I'm trying to show you here, I understand here, until and unless I use new memories did not allocate now. So what you need to understand here, new is responsible for memory allocation. If new is not used, memory will not be allocated now. Are you clear or not? Okay, so all of you, just the two ways how did you write the code? First one, first f is equals to new first. What is it called? Second, first f is equals to new first. Initialization. There are two ways of writing the code. Okay, but all of you notice it. What is it? New keyword. New keyword is important for creating the instance. That is, if new is not used, there will not be memory allocation. So memory allocation so cannot be used for calling the members. Say with this f I cannot call the members, but with this f I can call the members. Why? It's in a variable state and now it became a instance. It's in a variable state and now in the second time it became a instance. Are you clearer or not? Understood about that? Okay, so what's the picture? First picture. Declaration, initialization done on the same line. Declaration, initialization separated. Okay, I hope everyone is clear what is a variable and what is an instance now. So don't forget, when I say variable of class, when I say variable of class, what is it? Read. Variable of class means a copy of the class that is created by using new keyword, and this has memory allocation. It has memory allocation. So this can by using this, we can call members of the class now. Variable of the class. A copy of the class that is uninitialized means it doesn't have any memory allocation. So this cannot be used for calling members of the class now. Who can call the members? Instance. Instance only can call the members. Variable equals can instance first? Yes or not? Now, in the same way, how to destroy an instance? Do you understand me? We understand how to create an instance here. In the same way, how to destroy an instance. I want to destroy this instance now. I want to destroy this instance. If all you want to destroy an instance here, watch it, all of you. Okay, let's write this two in one line. Okay, instance only now. Now I want to destroy the instance. F is equals to null. We call this as dereferencing an instance. What do you call it? Dereferencing an instance. What is the meaning of it? Whenever you assign null, the link between the instance and the memory will be cut off. Means this cannot access the memory anymore now. Are you clearer or not? You're working in a company. The company has allocated a car for you to travel. Are you clearer or not? For some reason, okay, based on your performance or something, the company did not find you good performing, and now they block it for you now. Are you getting me? Doesn't mean that they will destroy the car now. Nah. What is it? You cannot access the car now. You don't have a right to access the car now. Here also, when I say F is equals to null, what happens, the memory will not be deallocated. All of you watch. The link between the two is cut off now. So this F cannot access the memory anymore now. Are you getting me? Try if you want. Console dot write line F dot X is an error. Console dot write line F dot X is an error now. It will cause you a runtime error. Watch it carefully. Shall I add a breakpoint? Come on. Internally, memory is allocated now. Okay, F dot X will print you the value. Now you're dereferencing. What happened? The link is cut off now. And after cutting off the link, you're still trying to call F dot X. You're still trying to call F dot X. Error. See there. Error. Understood? Okay, why you're getting an error? That's what. You cannot access that memory anymore. You don't have a right to access now. Clear or not? Not a car here, not a car. The company has given you a house to live. For some reason, they canceled that now. Some reason that is cancelled, and you're asked to vacate the house. You're asked to vacate the house now. You vacated. After vacating tomorrow, this is my house. I stayed in that. You cannot enter it now. Yes or not? Same way, F dot X is invalid now because the link between the two is cut off and F cannot access the memory anymore. Are you clear? So now we'll have a doubt here. What is the doubt? Sir, when this memory will be deallocated? When this memory will be deallocated? It's not deallocated. That's what I mean. Not deallocated. It's only marked as unused. It's only marked as unused. It means what is the meaning? No one is using this now. No one is using this. When will it be deallocated? Actually, all these unused objects will be deallocated. All these unused objects will be deallocated either in the end of the program, or sometimes in the middle of a program also. If there is a garbage collection. I'll tell you a simple example. You clean your house every day and you put the garbage outside. Okay? Generally, the municipal garbage truck comes into your streets in the early morning and collects all the garbage. Suppose the garbage truck came into your street at 7 o'clock now. Morning 7 o'clock. But you woke up lazily at 10 o'clock, clean the house and put your garbage outside at 11 o'clock. Because you put at 11 o'clock, the garbage truck will not come now. You need to wait until it comes. Yes or not? Okay. So exactly here also the same thing. You mark it as unused. Whenever the garbage collector comes now, it will destroy it. But when will the garbage collector will come is not in your control. That is not controlled by you. Got it or not? Or in your office, you have a dustbin beside you. In your office, you have a dustbin beside you. You throw something in the dustbin now. You throw something in the dustbin. Will you call the office boy and say, clean the dustbin? Eh? Answer, yaar. Will you call the office boy and clean the dustbin? Eh? You throw one paper there and you're asking to clean it for every paper. Who will come and clean it? No. After 10 minutes, you'll throw another paper and ask it to clean it. He'll shout on you now. Let it fall. Why are you asking me to clean it every time now? Yes or not? Okay. So morning or afternoon or evening, sometime he came and the dustbin is full. He will throw it out and come back and get you an empty dustbin again now. For every time going out, throwing out, coming in is waste of time now. Here also, yeah, whatever you don't want, throw them in the dustbin. How to throw them in the dustbin? By marking them as unused. All these unused objects will be destroyed by the garbage collector at some point of time, which is not in your control. Got it or not? It's not in your control. This is controlled by the CLR. This is controlled by the CLR. CLR will send the garbage collector telling that check if there are any unused objects. If any unused objects are there, destroy them and come back. Clear or not? Okay. Assigning null doesn't destroy the memory. Assigning null means only cutting off the link between the two. That's all. Got my point? Assigning null means only cutting off the link between the two, but not destroy. It won't destroy the memory. This memory will be destroyed at some point of time, which is not in your control or my control. That is controlled by the CLR, not by you and me. Are you clear? So I shown you two things now: how to create an instance and how to dereference an instance. How to dereference an instance. See, once dereferencing is done, with that you cannot call the members anymore now. See, this is valid or not? This is valid. But this is invalid. You get a runtime error. You get a runtime error. So this is a valid option, but this is a invalid option. You will be getting a runtime error on this particular statement. I hope you guys are clearer, all of you. Yes or not? This is how we create and destroy the instance. I said main doesn't require memory allocation. When did I say? When did you listen? I said main can execute without instances at you. I did not say main doesn't require memory allocation. Without memory allocation, nothing will execute now. But what is it? To allocate a memory, main doesn't require a instance. That is what I said. Int x equal to 100 will allocate the memory. No, it won't allocate the memory. Int x equal to 100 will not allocate the memory. X will allocate the memory. Allocate the memory. X will allocate the memory. You declare something, don't expect the memory to be allocated. When the memory is allocated, when you create an instance, until then the memory is not allocated. Understood me or not? Okay, that is what. Main also executes in memory only. Listen to classes properly here. Already in the starting classes I said you. What is it? Main is a static member. Static member's memory allocation is automatically done without an instance creation. When I explained about C++, Java, I taught you this concept to you already. Huh? What I said you? Main is static. And static doesn't require instance creation. The memory allocation is performed automatically for a static. Once you start the execution of a program, it's allocated with the memory. Object is not required. It requires non-static only requires the object. Static doesn't require an object. After completing this, I will tell you in detail about the static and non-static. I'll tell you about the static and non-static. For the time being, put one thing in the mind. What is it? Main doesn't require instance. That's all. But other members require an instance. Who doesn't require instance? Main doesn't require instance, but all the other things will require instance. Okay. Well, just a minute. There's another question here. What is it? What is the advantage of dereferencing an instance? Okay. What is the benefit of storing all the garbage in your home? Tell me now. Do you store the garbage in your home? Is there any benefit? What do? You throw it out. You dispose it now. That only now. When the instance is not required, dispose it now. When the instance is not required, dispose it. So when you dispose it, what happens? See, today you're starting an application and stopping it within seconds. But tomorrow you build an application for a client. How will it be, you know? If the client opens this application in the morning, you will close that application only in the evening. Until then, the application will be running like that only. You go to a bank. Deposit, withdraw. Have you noticed that they're using some application there? And they don't start this application for every customer. Yeah. They don't start this application for every customer. So when morning, 9 o'clock, when he sits on the table, when he sits on the chair, he starts the machine now and starts the application. Now from now onwards, for every customer coming, he will use the same application and use now. Are you getting my point or not? Now, if you keep all these objects in the memory now, after some point of time, your system will not run now. Understood or not? Why? Memory full. Memory is full. So once the work of an object is completed, what you should say? Null. Leave it null. So where will it go? It will go to the dustbin now. It will go to the dustbin. Every 15 minutes or every 30 minutes, sometime, it's not in my control. Garbage collector comes now and will be keeping on destroying all the unused objects. Means it will be cleaning out the memory for you internally. That is not my job. My job is only to tell, I don't want this. See, that only. Your job is to throw the dust out of the house now. Your job is not to clear the streets and throw it outside. That is the job of the government, the municipal government. Am I correct or not? The municipality's responsibility. But municipality will not come into your house and clean now. Your house, you should clean. And put the garbage outside. And that is cleaned by the municipal department here also. What object is required and what object is not required, you should tell now. I don't want this, assign null. So garbage collector will come sometime, checks what is null and deallocates the memory of all those objects. So it is freeing up the memory now continuously. It is freeing up the memory continuously so that you'll have a good space to run. You'll have a good space to run. That's what it does. Okay, fine. So what I taught you? How to create an instance using new keyword. How to dereference an instance, assigning null. New, null. New for creating an instance, null for dereferencing the instance. Null for dereferencing the instance. Okay? Well, watch this. Guys, listen. You can create multiple instances to a class. You can create multiple instances to a class. So how many I can create? No limit here. Any number of instances you can create. Okay. Every instance will have its own memory allocation, not shared with the others. Every instance will have its own memory allocation, not shared with the others. What is that, sir? Look. This is the first picture I shown you. You can do this like this. Third one. Dereferencing. Now see the fourth picture. F1, F2, two instances, two memory slots. Did you notice it? Two memory slots. If I create third instance, one more. Fourth instance, one more. Every instance will have a separate memory allocation, and the beauty, it doesn't share the values of one instance with another instance. From day one, we are talking a point. Remember, object-oriented programming is secured. That is only security means. That is only security means. You create 100 instances now. Every instance is unique. Every instance is unique. It doesn't exchange the data of one instance with another instance now. Are you clearer or not? See, listen here. You are using ATM machines now. How many people will be using these ATM machines throughout the country at a time? Many people, n number of people. But do you know all are connected to one server only? How do they differentiate between each customer now? For every customer, it will internally create one instance. For every customer, it will internally create one instance. I visit the ATM now. It goes to server, and for server will create one instance for me with my data. You connected now. It will create another instance with your data. 1,000 people connected. It will create 1,000 instances with the data of the appropriate customer now. And what the ATM telling you, it doesn't share the data one with others. Are you clear? So my data is not shared to you. Your data is not shared to me. That is security. Are you clear? There are some few things to still explain you. After completing that, I will explain you a case study how ATM systems run in the real-time environment. Are you clear? I'll explain you a complete case study from the designing, how it is designed, how the ATM machines run, and what is the security you will understand there. On that day, we will see if 100 customers are there, 100 instances will be created for each customer. No, sorry, one instance will be created for each customer. And what objective in the programming is telling you, I am secured. I will never exchange the data one with other. So every instance is unique. Clearer or not? Shall I prove you instances are unique? How can you prove it? If I make any change on the F1 sex, that change should not reflect to F2 sex now. Understood or not? If it is reflecting, it's not secured. If it is not reflecting, that is secured. Are you clear? Come on, watch. Console dot right line F1.x plus F2.x. Currently, I'm printing the existing values. What are the existing values? Both have 100 only in them. Both of them have 100. So print and see. Both of them will have 100 only now. Okay. Now see, what am I doing? F1.x is equals to 200. And now I am trying to reprint and watch. The output will be 200 and 100. The modification in F1 sex did not reflect to F2 sex now. Same way tomorrow, F2.x is equals to 300. The change won't reflect to F1 now. That only here I deposit, that amount is not added to you now. If I deposit, that will be added to my balance, not to your balance now. You need to draw that is deducted from your balance, not from my balance now. So exactly the same thing only it is happening. So the changes of one doesn't reflect to the other. Is it clearer or not? What's the picture? Initially, both are 100. In the first step, you modified F1.x is equals to 200, right? Second step, you modified F2.x as 300. That is separate. This is separate. That is first step. This is second step. That change did not reflect. This change did not reflect it. Is it clear? Okay. So this is only the security what object-oriented programming is going to offer. Object-oriented programming is secured. This is what security is on. Understood all of you or not? Okay, that only I said you tomorrow in big applications. If there are 1,000 customers hitting Amazon's website, if there are 1,000 customers hitting Amazon's website, my cart is not shared with you, your cart is not shared with me now. Internally, every user will have a separate instance created. If whatever I store in my instance will be specific to me, and that is not coming to you. And whatever you store in your instance is specific to you and doesn't come to me. That is why, guys, members cannot be called directly. Members should be called with instance only. See, what's the same? How many copies of X are there? One only now, but I cannot call X directly. I should call F.X only. Did you understand me or not? I cannot call X directly. What should I call? F.X. Why? Tomorrow's another instance is created. You are calling X. Which X are you calling, man? Yes or not? How many X are there? I'll call X directly. Which X are you calling? F1 sex, F2 sex. Conflicting or not? That is why how you should call F1.x F2 dot X. That is specific to the instance now. So you should prefix the instance and call. Understood me or not? Okay, that is what the importance of the instance. Instance not only for allocating the memory, when you are referring to the member also, that instance is important for you now. Got my point? Instance is not only for allocating the memory. When you are referring to the member also, that instance is very, very important because there are two copies of the X now. If you directly call X now, there is a big confusion. Are you referring to the X in F1 or X in F2? But I call F1 dot X. Any confusion? No. F2 dot X. No conflict and no confusion now. Is that clear, all of you? Okay. So, fine. Actually, pictures will show you much detail of everything. Yes. What if unnamed instances are used one time here? They're only for one time use. You can change instance dot X is equals to, how did they call the method under there? Do you remember? New test program dot call methods. Correct now? Same way, new test program dot X is equals to value. That's it. Yes, we need to dereference the instances in the end. Compulsory. When we have GC, then what is the use of dereferencing of an instance? Is a valid question. Sir, garbage collector is not to destroy now. Why should I dereference? Did you understand the question? Yes or not? What is that? Garbage collector is there to do that now. Why should I dereference? Garbage collector will destroy only in the end of the program. What is that? If you don't tell what is used and what is not used, what will garbage collector do? If you don't tell what is used and what is not used, garbage collector will wait until end of the program now. Yes or not? But it won't destroy anything in the middle now. But if you say null, what will garbage collector do? Garbage collector will destroy in the middle also. Garbage collector will destroy in the middle also. Understood the point or not? I started an application in the morning here. I'm running until evening 6 o'clock. Morning 9 o'clock I started. I'm running until evening 6 o'clock. All the objects left in the memory now, you did not assign null. Everything is in the memory. When is it destroyed? 6 o'clock when I shut down the application, then they are destroyed. Until then, everything will be in the memory now. Array, speed will come off down now. Performance will come out down now. Understood? That is why whenever you are using them, if you assign null in the middle, your job is completed. Assign null and leave it. What will happen? Every half an hour or 15 minutes, garbage collector will come now and will be destroying all the unused objects. Are you getting my point? Yes or not? See, we have a discussion on the garbage collector one more in detail in our next classes. We have a discussion about garbage collector in detail in our next classes. Today, my intention is not to explain a garbage collector. I want to only tell you how to create an instance, how to kill that particular thing. That's all. Not about reallocation of the memory. I will focus a complete session for you about the functionality of a garbage collector. How does it works? How does it destroys all the things? I'm not talking about garbage collector now. My intention is only to tell you creating, destroying. That's it. How to create? New keyword. How to destroy? Null. Null should be assigned. New to create. Null to destroy. Okay, I want to talk only up to that extent. Well, am I clear here? Multiple instances. Every instance is unique of itself. The changes performed on one instance doesn't reflect to the other instance. Okay, next. Yeah, pictures will F2 variable. Variable means I asked variable means a copy which is not initialized. That is the answer. What is it here? A copy which is not instance means A copy which is initialized by new. A copy which is initialized by new. Variable means a copy which is not initialized. A copy which is not initialized. So now F2 is not initialized now? Yes or not? I can initialize this in two ways. I can initialize this in two ways. One way is equals to new first. We know that. Nothing new in that. Yes or not? We can initialize it like this also. Did you understand that? We can initialize the variable of a class by using instance of the same class. Already F1 is initialized now. With F1 now, you can initialize F2 now. Did you understand my point or not? F1 is already initialized. With that, I can initialize F2. Shall I prove F2 is initialized? F2.x is printing the value. Watch it. Before you assign, what's this? Is F2 initialized? Error, yes. Error. F2.x is error. Why? F2 is not initialized. Already I shown you the error also here. I shown you this error already 10 minutes back. Use of unassigned local variable. It's a variable, it's not initialized. But now, guys, I am initializing it. Is equals to F1. Watch it here. F2 is initialized. Printing also. Are you clearer? Yes or not? Okay, now, what do we call this F2? Instance of variable. Instances can be created only by new keyword now. Did you use a new on that? Answer, yeah. Then how are you calling instance then? Oh, don't combine off here. Second option, variable. If it is a variable, I cannot call members, but I'm able to call it. Yes or not? It's not an instance, it's not a variable. F2 is a reference of the class. What is reference? Watch. What is reference, A copy of the class that is initialized by using an existing instance is called as reference. Understood? Read it. A copy of the class that is initialized by using an existing reference. You may ask me a question now. Sir, how is it initialized? But it is initialized in the, what is the difference between instance and reference? Reference doesn't have memory allocation here. What I'm telling you? Concentrate here, stop writing. Listen to me first. Reference doesn't have memory allocation. And if reference doesn't have memory allocation, how are you printing F2.x now? F2.x is printing the value. But what am I telling you? Reference doesn't have memory allocation. So confusing. Why? You are telling reference doesn't have memory allocation, but F2.x is printing the value. Are you clear? References will consume the memory of the instance which is initialized. Which is initializing it? Which is initializing it? Means did you understand or not? There is no memory allocation for a reference, man. What are you doing? It is sharing the memory of the instance which initialized it. Who initialized it? F1. So it is sharing the memory of F1 now. See, guys, you are out of your state or out of your city studying in a college. Out of your city studying in a college. And you want to search for a good house to live there. A room or a house, you're searching for that. At a college, you met a person. A college, you met a person. And he's a localite, so you asked him, can you help me to find out a house? Can you help me to find out a house? And he gave an offer to you. What is it? Actually, I have a house here. My parents are away. I alone stay in the house now. If you don't mind, you can stay with me now. If you don't mind, you can stay with me now. Arey, what are you doing now? You're sharing the house now. Because you're sharing, will you become a owner of the house? Eh? No, you don't become a owner. But don't forget one thing. You can do everything in that house what the owner is doing. You can switch on the light. You can switch off the light. You can use a washroom. You can do all the things what he's doing. But you are not a owner. That's it. Are you clear? Exactly. F2 has F2 can do everything what F1 can do. But F2 is not the owner. Clearer or not? That is why using F2 I can access X now. That's why F2 dot X is printing the value. Are you clear or not? F2 dot X is printing the value. Why? F2 is sharing the memory of F1. Shall I prove you both are sharing the same memory? This is a clear evidence to you. Array, 10 minutes back you noticed. What is the output? 200, 100. But now 200, 200. Why? When both are sharing the memory, if a modification is done on a member by using an instance that reflects to reference also, and modification done by reference reflects to instance also. Bidirectional, both will communicate now. Okay, now watch. What is the output? That is a clear proof to you. What? These are not different. These are same. These both are same only. They are not different. Is it clearer or not? Okay, that's what. Watch the picture. In the first step, F1 made a modification on the same. In the second step, F2 made the modification on the same. These are not two separate copies. This is only one copy. Clear? Okay, so listen. What? A copy of a class that is initialized by using an existing instance of the class. An existing instance of the class. Reference doesn't have any memory allocation. That is, they will be sharing the memory of instance which is used for initializing it. Who initialized it? F1. So it is sharing the memory of F1 now. Are you clearer or not? Okay. For initializing it, and it works same as an instance. You can use reference just like an instance only. The only thing is you don't have a separate memory, but you will work like instance only now. Are you getting my point or not? Okay, you will work like an instance. Only thing is you don't own a memory of yours. You are sharing F1's memory. Come on, guys. You can read all the three clearly now. What is instance? That is created by using new keyword, or otherwise a copy of a class. Just a minute. Which is, this will be an apt word. A copy of a class which is initialized by using new keyword, and this has memory allocation. So using this, we can call members of a class. Now read the last one. Understand, which is initialized by using an existing instance, not new keyword. Understand, if new is used, it's an instance. If new is not used, it's not an instance, it's a reference. It is a reference. And very importantly, what I said, that is, and they work same as, they will work like an instance only for you now. Now variable. You cannot do anything with this. You cannot do anything with this. Why? No memory is allocated. No memory is allocated. Anything cannot be done with this. Are you guys clearer or not? Understand the concept here. See, immediately I cannot tell you what is the use of a variable, sir, what is the use of an instance, sir, what is the use of, I cannot tell you immediately. Focus on what I was telling. Understand the concept. That's it. Going forward, I will show you. In this scenario, you're required to go for variables. In this scenario, you're required to go for instances. In this scenario, you're required to go for references. I'll show you that going forward, step by step in the latter classes. Are you getting my point or not? So the day one, you just drive a car. The day one you drive a car, you should only understand how to operate the things in the car. You should not think about how the engine is functioning now. Understood my point or not? As a driver, your focus should be on how to operate the thing. That's it. Once you become an expert, then let's think how the engine is working or all the thing. Here also I'm telling you, only focus on the concept. What is the use of it? It's my job to teach you going forward. I will tell you going forward when instances will be used, when references will be used, when variables should be declared. All the things I'll show you practically day by day going forward. Is it clearer or not? Understood all of you? That's what. That only I said you. Why are you going to security? Don't think beyond here. Right now, think in the boundaries. Don't go forward. Don't be confused. Yeah, I showed you. Can F2 modify the value? I showed it now. F1 can modify the value. F2 also can modify the value. Yeah, something like that. Again, this only I said you. What is the practical use of reference, sir? That only I said you. Don't think about that. I cannot tell you now. Okay, we'll talk about everything going forward. Your job is now only to understand what is a variable, how it behaves. What is a instance, how it behaves. What is a reference, how it behaves. Up to that only. Clear or not? Don't think beyond it. Don't think beyond it. We'll learn all these things going forward. Clear? Now, is everyone clear about instance creation and memory allocation now? So, you can never call members of your class until and unless the instance of the class is created, because instance creation will allocate the memory. Instance creation will allocate the memory. See guys, whatever I taught you, along with the pictures, I've clearly shown you on the screen. First one, variable instance. Second, dereferencing. Dereferencing. Third, multi-instance creation. 4. Security. Security. Modifying the one is not reflecting the second now. Reference. Both are accessing the same memory. Both are accessing the same memory. Understood? Okay. Now I have a question before you. Think and answer. Now F1, F2 both are accessing the same memory now. Now I said F1 is equals to null. Okay. Now after saying F1 is equals to null, can I say console.writeLine F1.x? Is it valid or error? Valid or error? It's an error. It is a runtime error. Error. We are getting an error there. Are you guys clear? Guys, isn't it possibility of calling F2.x? What do you think? Can I call F2.x? Yes or no? Come on, let us see. F2.x is working. So, how sir, you assigned the null now? That only I said you, man. You did not follow the subject correctly. What did I say? If I assign null, memory will be allocated. What I said, you cannot access that memory. That's it. No, I said you. I did not say memory will be allocated. Then what is the problem for F2? F2 can still access that memory now. Clear? That only I shown you. F1 is equals to null. F1 doesn't have a right on that now. F2 can still access that memory. F2.x is valid now. So it is not marked as unused. Why is it marked as unused? F2 is using now. When will it be marked as unused? In the next line, I'm writing F2 is equals to null. Now tell me, F1 already dereferenced. F2 is going to be dereferenced. F2 is equals to null. Now no one is accessing. Then this is marked as unused. But now F2 is still consuming the memory. So it is not marked as unused now. Is it clear, all of you? Yes or not? What is it? When an instance and reference are accessing the same memory, if null is assigned to any one of them, still the other can access the memory as it is. The problem is only for the one to whom the null is assigned, not for others. For whom is assigned null? So F1 has the problem, not F2. Is it clearer or not? F1 has the problem, not F2. F2 doesn't have any problem now. F2 can access the memory as it is. Clear? Okay. So there is a continuation here. There's a continuation what I have. Clearer? Okay. I'll tell you one thing. If you still have any doubts on this, particular thing, I explained you, I shown you the pictures. If still any doubts on this, see, basically, for all the object-oriented programming concepts, you may not understand in the first shot. You may not understand them in the first shot. A little bit confusion you'll have. You want a repetition of it. Okay. But generally, classrooms cannot repeat. I cannot repeat the topic again and again for 10 times now. Okay. So for that reason, you have a basic idea first now? Yes or not? For all the people, what we've done is, these all object-oriented programming concepts. For a reference, we posted these videos in the YouTube channel. We posted up the videos in the YouTube channel, youtube.com/nareshit. Have you visited our website, our YouTube? This is what, youtube.com/nareshit is a YouTube channel. Okay, visit this. In this, search for C# videos or C# tutorial. You will get a list of 60 videos. Okay. In this, you can refer to these videos every day once I complete you a topic. Watch. Might be sequence will not be there, but you will find all of them. Video number 7. Are you clearer? Video number 7. Difference between variable, instance, and reference. Clearer or not? You have a doubt, you can refer to that particular video now. Clear? Directly you watch them, it will be not understandable to you. After me explaining, you have confusion, you can use that as a reference video now. Got it, all of you? Okay. So for mostly everything in object-oriented programming, we try to add the videos for the reference of the students going forward. Clearer or not? Okay, you can use the channel and watch the appropriate video. Same thing only I have demonstrated again. But there you can go front, go back. But in a classroom that won't be possible to you, that's what. You can just use that particular reference on your bed. Clear, everyone? Yes or not? Okay. Garbage collector will come only in the end of the program. Yeah, garbage collector won't come middle and destroy it. Unused objects only will be destroyed. That's what I'm thinking you. That's what I'm telling you. Don't think beyond here. See, simple common sense here. Is there any restriction for F2 or F2 is accessing the memory directly? Garbage collector comes also no problem now. Why? Garbage collector will destroy only unused objects. Is it marked unused? Then garbage collector doesn't touch it now. Understood? I said you don't think about garbage collector now. Don't think about garbage collector. I'll tell you about that in detail. So simply looking at this picture, you have a simple common sense here. What is it? F1 and memory link is cut off. F2 is still accessing. So F2 can consume it now. That's all. Understood? Well, now, yeah, see, in the last, again, I given you in the notes, in detail description, what is a variable of class, what is a instance of class, what is a reference of class. First, go through the notes. Okay, any confusion? Watch the video. Take both them as a reference. Finally, I'll explain to you again what is variable, what is the instance, and what is the reference. I did not tell where we use them. I said only what is variable, what is instance, what is reference. So you understand until that concept only. Don't go beyond it. That's it. Clear? Okay. Fine. Now here, I have a big question here. What is the question? What happens when we create the instance of a class? Array, from last 1 hour, we are discussing on that only now. What happens when we create instance of the class? Memory is allocated. Correct now? From last 1 hour, we are talking on that only. Memory is allocated. Allocated now. But before you allocate the memory, you should know how much memory should be allocated. Blindly you allocate memory, yeah? Tell me. Blindly you will allocate some memory, 100 bytes, 200 bytes like that. No, I should allocate the memory for what is required. Correct? So directly it won't allocate the memory. Watch it carefully. Read it. Following actions will take place. First step. First, it will read from top to bottom of the class to know what is defined in the class first. Are you getting my point? If you want to allocate the memory, you should know how much memory should be allocated. If that is the case, first you should know what is present in the class. Am I right or not? First, you should know what is present in the class. So what it will do? It will read from top to bottom of the class and identifies each and every member that is defined inside of the class. See, you have a big family. You have a house here, a very big family. Some 15, 20 people in your home now. Okay, it's an undivided family. So you have so many people in your home. Today, you in your home, to cook the food, you appointed a new cook. You appointed a new cook. The cook started from today only. He came in the morning now. When he comes in the morning, do you say him directly, go into the kitchen and cook the food? First tell him here who are present in the house first. How many people are present in the house now? Without knowing that if you ask him, go and cook the food means, he'll cook the food for 50 people now. Are you clear? Are cooking the food only for 5 people now? Anything can happen. So first tell him clearly what, for how many people the cook, he has to prepare the food. How many younger, how many elder, how many older. Based on that, he will calculate and cook the food now. Yes or not? First, what he has to know? Who is in the family? Who will eat the food? That's now also, before allocating the memory, I should know first what is in the class. Did you understand the first point? Now come to the last point. That is what you are talking from last 1 hour here. I related the first one now. That's all. What is it? Before you allocate the memory, first to know what is present in the class. Is 1 and 3 clear? Tell me. 1 and 3 clear? You will have a doubt only with the second point there now. What's the second point? Invokes the constructors of all those classes. Invokes the constructors of all those classes. When you get to this, you will have a doubt. Sir, what is this constructor? What is this constructor now? It is the third member in the class, man. What is the first member? Field. Second member, method. Third member, constructor. I said you 8 members. I said I'll teach you all one by one now. Already we finished with fields. We finished with methods. Now it is the time to understand about the third one. What is that? Constructor. What is this constructor? Listen. This is a special method under a class responsible for read it carefully. Responsible for initializing the fields of a class. Fields of a class. Okay. So first, what is it? It's a method. It is a method. Sir, it is a method. It requires a name now. It is a method. It requires a name now. What is the name of the method here? The name of the constructor method is exactly the same name of your class. It is exactly the same name of your class. Listen. The name of this constructor method is exactly the same name of the class. They'll get another doubt. Sir, value returning or non-value returning? That is also a question. Method means you should understand. Already we talked about methods now. Method means value returning, non-value returning. All these questions arises now. And moreover, it is a do you understand the second point? The name of this constructor method is exactly the same name of the class. And moreover, it's non-value returning method. It is a non-value returning. What the first point telling you? First point is telling you constructor is a method responsible for initializing the fields. Second point is telling you the name of the method is exactly the same name of the class. Okay, right. This is the important thing. What is it? Constructor is mandatory for creating the instance of a class. That is, if there is no constructor in the class, we cannot create the instance of that class. Read it carefully. After reading this, we'll all be in a big confusion now. What is that confusion? Till now, you defined so many classes in the project. Yes or not? How many classes we defined in the project? Let us have a count. How many? Seven. Wrong answer. No, I'm asking about this project only. Don't go to Notepad. Why 1 year? Multiple classes are there. Na? 8 classes are there here. What is 8th class? Array, in that file you define 4 classes. Na? How many are there? 8 classes are there because that last file, which file? User defined type as 4 classes. You want to see them? You want to see them? That's the beauty of Studio. It will show everything in detail for you. Okay, you don't require to go and count it. Here only you can see everything. See, showing you see. In this file, you define 2 classes. Now there are 8 totally. Not only that one here, you defined some methods in the program class now. How many methods? 4 or 5. Who will count main method here? You define main also, na? Check it out. You don't require to open a file also. You can see everything in the Solution Explorer. The Solution Explorer will expose everything what is present there. Understood or not? Okay, and here see you defined fields. This is the icon representing a field. Listen carefully. This icon representing a field is an icon representing a method. This is a method. Purple color, field, blue color. Are you clear? Tomorrow, looking at this only, you should understand now what is it. These are methods, these are fields like that. Are you clear? Okay. So how many classes you defined till now? 8 classes. 7 files are there, but 8 classes are there. And remember, we created the instance of all the 8 classes. You created the instance of all the 8 classes. Even the DMP class instance also created in user defined types. Yes or not? And we did not define anything called constructor at all. We did not define anything called as constructor at all. But suddenly what I'm telling, we cannot create instance without a constructor. Sir, I created the instance of 8 classes without a constructor. And how can I believe you now? How can I believe you now without a constructor instance cannot be created? Did you understand me or not? Okay, let me answer. Listen, constructor is mandatory for creating the instance of any class or creating the instance of a class. So it is the responsibility of the developer, constructor in all his classes. But if he fails to do so, listen carefully, if he fails to do so on behalf of the developer, compiler will define a constructor in those classes. And we call that as an implicit constructor. And till now, you are using those implicit constructors only to create the instance. All of you can read it and tell me if you don't understand that. Did you understand or not? No constructor, no instance creation, man. I'm sticking to my words. No constructor, no instance creation. But how did I do it till now, sir? You done it till now by taking the help of a implicit constructor defined by the compiler. Sir, in which classes is this implicit constructor defined? What is the first class you defined in the notepad? Tell me. Array, 2 weeks back you started notepad writing. What is the first class you written in the notepad? First. Unfortunately, the last class we defined today is also first only. Array, just now we stopped now. One class called first. That from that first class to this first class, in every class, there is a constructor. Did you understand me or not? From that first class to this first class, what you're seeing here, in every class, there is a implicit constructor. You may ask me a doubt now. What is the doubt? Sir, when I write code in a notepad, I did not create instance now. Is a constructor present? Yes, present. You may not create it today, but you may create it tomorrow. Who knows? You did not start today, but tomorrow you may do it now. Who knows? That is why compilation time, compiler will write off the constructor. You use it or don't use it's your problem. But compiler's job is to define a constructor in the class. And the compiler is going to define the constructor automatically in your classes now. For example, simply you have written a class like this. Okay, class defined as below. Guys, look, you defined a class like this. Class test. You define a class like this and writing static void main. Console dot write line my first C# program using Notepad. I hope this is the first thing you have written. Do you remember or not? Now see, after compilation, your class looks like this. That is how your class looks like. Did you understand me or not? What is the name of the constructor? Class name. What is the class name? Test. So we also test. Otherwise, we'll do one thing. On that day, we named it first class is first now. I'll use the same name. So here also I'm using first. So my constructor name is first. Clearer or not? It's a method, guys. Braces are there nowadays. Braces indicates method. So it's a method. That's the first point I said. It's a special method. Today, special method. Sir, you said non-value rating, but did not use void there. You did not use void there. No need. Why? Method has two options. What are the two options? Value returning, non-value returning. So you should tell whether it is value returning or non-value returning. Constructor has two options or one option. Then why to tell again, man? Why to tell again? You go to a restaurant for eating a breakfast. You sit on the table. The bearer comes to you. Can you tell him, get me breakfast? Tell me, man, you went to a restaurant, sat on the table. Okay, the server came to you. Can you tell him, get me breakfast? No. Why? There are hundreds of varieties are there now. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. I will serve you that. Are you clear? You're eating a breakfast in your hostel. You're staying in hostel now. You're eating a breakfast in the hostel. Sitting on the table. Do you require to ask your warden, serve me so and so breakfast? Why? You have no choice there. You have only one option. You don't require to asking, get me so and so breakfast. There you can get me breakfast enough. Because there is only one option. Correct? Here also, yeah, when there is no second option, why should I tell again non-value returning and value returning now? Got my point or not? And that is only the difference between method and constructor. In a method, we'll have a void or a type, but in a constructor, that won't be present. That's how you differentiate between constructor methods and normal methods. So, did you understand about the implicit constructor now? Yes or not? Sir, what is the job of it? I'll tell you. We'll talk about what is the need of it. I did not tell you. See, I'm only telling you what is a constructor, what is the importance of a constructor. Constructor is mandatory for creating the instance. Is it clearer or not? So if this constructor is not there, instance creation will not be possible. So whose responsibility is to define the constructor? Developer responsibility. But did the developer do it? Developer did not do. If developer did not do, instance creation will not be possible. So what the compiler is telling, okay, don't worry. I will write a constructor for you, use it. Are you getting me? But one thing, if you write a constructor, compiler won't write again. Got it or not? You can also write, man. If you write, compiler won't write now. Got my point? So now we use only implicit constructors. But from tomorrow, we will use explicit constructors. We will define explicit constructors.